Bonjour, hi everyone. This is an improvised impromptu live with the Irish theme. I'm experimenting also the musical thing. Let's see how it shows, if it shows. Okay. Just a second. I hope you will be aware of this with a notification bell. Okay, the music seems. Just a second. I hope you will be aware of this. Okay, I can hear the music. Let's stop it now. Okay. Right. Hi everyone. Let's get back to the normal. This is an impromptu live, as like I explained in the short comment under the video. Yeah, facing some domestic issues at the moment, so I'm not sure to be able to record any video in the following weeks, 2 weeks mostly. Don't worry, there is one still coming on for next weekend. But meanwhile, while I'm crawling under the different topics to record for you, I thought we're in the month of March. Maybe it should be appropriate to do something about Irish whiskey. So I thought I'm gonna do a few videos, maybe short videos, but maybe it could be interesting to taste with you a few expressions and maybe have some Irish or non-Irish guests, who knows. But people interested, of course, it would be better in Irish whiskey. So I'm gonna put the link here in the comment section if someone is interested to show up. Hi Alex, how you doing? And yeah, I'm gonna start by an obvious choice for me, something that's really consistent and quite nice, I think. One of the best blended whiskies around. Whoops, I have issues with my chair. Sorry about that. And I don't have a Bushmills glass, I have tumblers, but I have this nice Tullamore Dew, which is another brand glass. It's the only decent tasting glass I have, Irish one. And I have some, not Tullamore Dew, but I have some original Bushmills. So great blended whiskey with a high quality, in my opinion, of grain in it. And I'm gonna taste it for you. Hi Carl, how you doing? This is an easy sipper, also goes very well. I might shock you with ice. And it also something that I think can really satisfy everyone in terms of mouthful. But we're gonna see that in a second. I hope you're well. It's sunny here, a bit cold, but a bit sunny. And lots of things going on in the world at the moment. I absolutely don't want to speak about that. I've seen some shocking things, even in the YouTube community. I've seen some weird things also elsewhere. I don't want to speak about that. If it comes into the discussion, we'll see, but censorship is always around on YouTube. You have to know that. And also, I don't want to be political in my channel, even if I can sometimes, especially in live shows. The only place where I feel free to speak a bit about things, but of course, there are computers monitoring everything, and there's some keywords that, if they're pronounced, you might be in trouble. So that's it for the short rant, but here it is. This is might be colored. I think it teas, most probably. It is chill filtered, but it says seasoned bourbon barrels and Oloroso sherry casks. Seasoned bourbon barrels, that means there are for short time. This is weird. So this new American oak in which they did put some bourbon for a short time. This is quite weird. This first time I noticed that. For that means sometimes you really have to look what's written there. See? So on the nose, gotta write down what I'm tasting because I might not keep up. So Bushmills Original. This is a 2022 bottle, so it cannot be better than this in terms of being updated. So immediately you have this beautiful vanilla, sweet spices combos, hint of ginger, but mostly it's kind of creamy vanilla, some nice citrus fruit on the second ground. I don't know if Alex and Carl, you have this one home. It's something around less than 20 euros, 16, 17, something like that in France. Oh, still have my chair issues. There's even some first fill bourbon coming on. And for the sherry, I think it's refilled probably 2 times, second fill, third fill, but it plays super well. Some tiny red fruit, but mostly it gives a creamy texture that you can even feel on the nose. I know it sounds weird. Okay, let's go on a palate. So cheers instead of Slangeva this time. Oh, hi Jack. Yeah, Irish coffee I don't have right now. I'm just gonna have a few. I don't know if I'm gonna be long on this one. I have no idea. It's just an impromptu to speak about a few Irish whiskies. Yeah, so quite creamy on the palate. Oh, okay. The 10, I still struggle with it, but it's been a long time I haven't tried it, to be honest. And the 10 is a single malt. We're here in blended whiskey territory. So no grain in single malts, while there are grain. What people call grain is non-barley. But of course, we have malted and unmalted barley in some other, we'll see later on, Irish whiskies. By the way, for those who wonder, the newbies, sorry, it's not you guys in the chat. The E in whiskey doesn't spell differently. So we don't say whiskey like for bourbon or Irish some could think of. You just say whiskey. That's all. Okay, Alex has, let's highlight. Yeah, Jameson. I have some Jameson on the table. Redbreast 12 I have. I have a few samples I'm late to try, so there'll be probably several. Oh, Ken is there. Fantastic. Ah, hi, mate. Oh, 9 o'clock. Oh my God. So too early for whiskey. Good to see you here, Ken. For the metalheads that might watch this, I really recommend this awesome channel. Ken is a great guy, giving you a lot of content. It's hard to keep up, honestly. A lot of content about death metal, especially, but it can be broadened to other subgenres of metal. And he usually does live shows with a lot of novelties and a lot of old school or new bands, rare stuff, demos, but also their latest releases on several support. I mean, it can be on tape, which I like his way of saying cassette, which is a French word. They can be also in vinyl, or in CD. So it's for those interested in metal, please check out Ken's Death Metal Crypt, awesome channel. And I hope to have you live sometime. Now, if you want to jump, I know you're in a coffee now, so it might be complicated, but feel free. You have the link in the description a bit above. Um, oh yes, it is, Jack. It is. But good to see you there, Ken, and I hope we'll catch up. I don't have any records out there that's full of whiskeys there, so but my pleasure to see you there, and cheers again, and you're very welcome. So yeah, about this, I'm gonna add a few drops of water. It's always interesting to add a bit of water to see what's going on. Yeah, what a crazy time zone. I know I'm a bit early, but I thought as the weather was nice and I didn't have something special to do. And like I said, I'm not sure I'm gonna do a lot of things in the following week or 2 weeks, YouTube wise, except one release that's already in about other Beaumores. Yeah, so I have a bunch of whiskeys there and don't have a lot of novelty. Yeah, great. I missed a tilling masterclass online, but I have the samples, so I will review them. Just touch a bit on the black pits, the pitted one, but I have 5 of them. Also have a box of collectors for those interested. It's more a teaser because I'm not going to do them now. I don't have my notes. That's just to tell you what I have to review. Redbreast, all stars. No, all sherry. 16 years old, 60.2. I think it's a Master of Malt exclusive, but I'm not sure now. Still have some 21 years old Redbreast there. What else? Oh yeah, this was great. I should review it soon because I've taken a bit of it. Yeah, it's an undisclosed whiskey exchange. 22 years old, 2016, 51.8. It's a Bushmills. Indie Bushmills can be absolutely terrific. Yeah, and where it is? Okay, it's there. I have a Middleton first release of the Dergelech. Sorry for the pronunciation. Virgin Irish Oak, 15 to 22 years old. 57.9. These are collectors. Yeah, I know it's a NAS. Don't put off the NAS because it can be very interesting. I have a great example on the table. By the way, I'll show you later on. This is the best probably I have here. It's for French La Maison du Whisky. It was a single cask for La Maison du Whisky 1991-2017. For the 60 years of La Maison du Whisky, 25 years old Redbreast, bottled at a hefty 53.2 first field sherry. And the rest, it's not Irish, but there's still, I think, some great stuff. Yeah, it's not Irish at all, in fact. Yeah. So this you should be seeing soon, as soon as possible on the channel. I don't know if Andrew is there, and I don't know what this sample is doing here, but this is Australian, by the way. So, a bit more about this. I don't know what's going on with my chair. Yeah, now you have some floral notes coming on with a few drops. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's see if I'm update. Yeah, so it's not a super complex one. It's a very nice, very easy going, but doesn't mean it's uninteresting. Very pleasant, and for something 40% ABV, I really think it's great. Cheers. Yeah. Slightly bitterness of the oak. Oh, hi, Peter. Ooh, that sounds good. Yeah, they do a lot of rum cask at Bushmills. I have a explosive rum cask finish. I already showed in the live show, but now I don't have access to it. was the 12 years old Select Cask Peter. I don't know if you know it. For travel retail, it's one of my top 75 whiskeys of my collection. I'll still have some, but I had to put it into a sample, so you can see it on my website, and you can see it in other videos on my channel. Whoa. Some water. That said, your Tipperary is not a brand we can find here, unfortunately. I'm gonna again show the link and put it back if someone wants to jump in. Speak about Irish mostly, but we can also speak of something else. Yeah, distances are something. So I'm gonna move on from this to something else. I did a video. Obviously, there's on the blend territory. There's this black bush. I don't know if you want me to try it or not. This is a classic. So this one is a bit more sherried. Yeah, this is the one I was speaking about. I think it was Jack complaining about no age statement. This is no age statement. The 1608 400th anniversary. This is a 2008 using crystal malt. I explained already this online and on my website. It's I don't have my notes, but it's one I really rate very high, over 90, 92. It's my last bottle of it. It's 1 liter, no, it's 70 cl, but 46% ABV. That's really makes the difference there. I don't have, unfortunately, any Causeway collection. But yeah, I did. This is on the single malt territory now. I did review this in a separate video, so please, if you're interested, have a look on my video, where I also cover the whole range. I also did a video about this. Yeah, 21 years old. I will jump on this later on. I will change brand in between. Got also some peated Connemara, got some Tyrconnell. Of course, Jameson, I have the regular one, an older release, which is still closed. I did spoke about it already. This is a masterpiece. 2005 release. It was a distiller's exclusive, and then it was presented at Whisky Life Paris 2005, if I'm not mistaken. And it's despite its 43%, it's a stunner. It's way more refined than the regular. Oh, yes. I'm not sure for which market is my 12 years old Sherry Cask finished first fill Sherry Cask. 40% ABV though. We're gonna see the powers later on. Jameson wise, I have the old 12. I'm not sure it's still available. I haven't seen it for a while. I might try it with you guys. I have the old 18 at 40% ABV before the price almost doubled and the ABV increased. So I have no idea if the current one is good. I'm happy with this one. I have to say I have a particular relationship with the Irish whiskies, except for the Bushmills original, some powers. I really have to be in a special mood to try them. So it's not something I'm extending a lot because I still have some stock. By extending, you have to understand buying. But this is one I bought over and over, and I really recommend. Really recommend. I think this could come on 3 after some. I see. Unless you want to me try some of the Bushmills I presented to you, I think I'm gonna jump. So this is Middleton Distillery. I don't have the Powers John Lane, but I had a sample from Jim, so I awarded it based on a sample, but it's on my wish list. The Powers John Lane 12, really great reference. The entry level. So all these are triple distilled, but we're gonna see that in Cooley, which is rebaptized Kilbeggan, which is a bit weird. Distillery, they only distill twice, but otherwise, most of them, not all, are distilling 3 times. So I have this, which is a bit old, Powers, the 3 Swallow, and I have the 12, which was present way before the John Lane. Yeah, the problem is, this is an interesting comment. Let me highlight it. Jack is right. The problem is probably the country for which it's the most problematic for me. Japan has this problem too. France has this problem too. People don't know that. Many new brands are just indie bottlers or new distilleries, wannabe or truly new distilleries that have no original whiskey yet to sell. So what do? They basically source from the 3 or 4 biggest distilleries, and it's almost always the same kind of things. Sometimes they buy the new make, so they let it age just 3 or 4 years. It's a bit too young. Usually, many of the big 3 or 4 oldest distilleries, they do like when it's a single malt, but even sometimes when it's a blend, they do like to bottle it at 5 to 7, but minimum 7 often for the single malt years old. At least it was the practice 10 years ago. I'm not sure it's still the practice now. There's an explosion of brands which are, for me, spending a lot of money in packaging and not a lot in transparency. And not also in creating something special. So I'm a bit so with what's going on now in Ireland. Of course, there are new distilleries, Dingle, Waterford. I have nothing from them, I'm sorry. I just tried one Waterford in a wee sample because they didn't. There was a big argue about Waterford. I did a special thing on my channel. I did an episode that was called Demystifying Some Marketing Tricks. One was devoted to Ardbeg/Waterford. The part about Waterford was speculating before I try anything about their release. They were imminent release to come, but I wanted to react to some statements from Mark Renier on Mark Gillespie's channel, Whiskey Podcast, Whiskey Cast, Cask Strength on YouTube, and his podcast. And I was so shocked by the interview he gave once that I did a video about it. Also because of his answers to the audience questions, which shocked me. Okay, so I did explain a few things. The mostly was about the terroir, pretension of being terroir, etc. I explained why I was not convinced. Haven't tried them since. They kind of invited me. I explained at that time I couldn't come, and I still cannot come. It's not my fault. It's a complicated thing. Mark Renier was really pissed off about my video, so he left a long and very rough, very tough comment. I accept comments if they're not insulting and constructive. This one was not so constructive, but as it's the producer's comment, it has to be in there. For people who don't know, he added a long comment, which I also answered to as politely as I could. But the problem is that later on he cancelled his comments, so one cannot see my answer to it, which was a bit explaining the context in which I said that. Basically, what was the problem for me is that he was denying me the ability to criticize the whiskey, not because I didn't taste it yet, which of course I can understand, but because I was not producing any whiskey. So basically, if you don't produce whiskey, run a distillery, etc., you have just to shut up if you don't like Waterford. This is something that I don't agree with. I'm sorry. That said, I'm happy with the success. Main interrogation for me, the barley of what I tried, which was nice. So I'm honest there. The barley comes from Ireland and is raised in Ireland. It is distilled in Ireland, blah, blah, blah. But the problem is, one, the cask choices, which not necessarily highlight on the paper, and some reviewers said it so. The distillate, and second, in which aspect is it an Irish malt, and couldn't it be a Scotch malt? I'll leave this open. When I will try more Waterford, I will come back to this, because I don't like to give things that are in the middle of the road, and I don't refuse to try Waterford. Simply, it's a bit too expensive for me, for my budget. And also, I think the intelligent thing from Waterford would have been not to invite me there, but to send me some samples of the distillate, the new make of one parcel, the new make of another parcel, and then send me the final product once it's aged and matured in specific casks, and there I can have my say. But they didn't. It's a choice. I'm happy with everyone's success. If it's good, it's good. I will say that if I come across the samples. Okay, enough ranting. So I don't know which one you want me to try, maybe the 12 or the regular one. Both are very fruity and floral. Maybe I should try, because people know more the, I will try the 12 maybe, because people know more the, currently the John Lane, but many don't know there was a time there was only the special reserve. Yep. What I like about some Irish whiskies is, despite the chill filtering, they still manage to be quite oily and nice. This one is 40 instead of 46 for the John's Lane. This one is more oaky immediately. This one is a blended whiskey, but you can feel there is some pot still in there, and more sherry. The kind of sweet and sour sensation on the nose. Quite floral. Some lily maybe. Vanilla, also some orange come across on the nose. Comes across. This kind of that you find in some Bushmills, in some Tullamore Dew, less in Jameson in my experience, sweet and sour thing, which is, I shall open the dictionary here. There's something that sometimes puts me off. It's what we call in French la saumure. Let me try to find the. I don't know if there's any French audience people there watching. Please let me know. Brine. Okay, saumure is brine. Might be helpful sometime. Yeah, so this brine thing is a bit difficult for me, especially when it comes across on the palate with some wet oak, which I don't like this note. You can also find sometime in Scottish whiskey. Scotch whiskey. Okay, on the palate. Cheers. So this one is also fruity and floral on the palate, but it's subdued. There might be a loss with oxidation. Gonna put some water to wake it up a bit. I hope you guys are well. I guess you had the, let me know please if you had the notification for this live or if you're just coming by accident. I'm interested. There's 5 people watching now only, but I haven't explained that before I'm gonna be live today. So, and there was a video yesterday, 2 days ago. Okay, let's go again. Yeah, this one was more fruity. In my experience, some Irish whiskies neck pour, as some say, is more interesting than what follows. For some other references, it's the contrary. So quite difficult. This one has lost quite some. I might gas it or use some way to extract the air because it loses some punch there. It was more powerfully fruity than that. I'm a bit disappointed, I have to say. Let's put it back there, maybe. Yeah, a lot of stuff there. And rinse a bit. So, you have any highlight at the moment, a new release or something you hey, thanks, good to see you, Frederick. Cheers. Okay, I'm not gonna try all my collection. I have, how many Irish do I have, by the way? Good question. 27. So now I have more French whiskies, 38, and Japanese whiskies, 36, and even American whiskies, 37, then Irish. Ooh, this must be a warning for them. Also, you know why? Because some current offers, releases, etc., especially in the single pot still and single malt category, are often too expensive, in my opinion, for what they offer, and also compared to other countries, they are really, really expensive. Once you're past the 12 years old, 15 years old, it's getting crazy expensive. So yeah. Yeah, of course, but the problem is it's not cheap. That said, I understand why 21 years old is some age statement. Not going to jump into those kind of things right now because there's some light profiles before, but I will do at some point before the end of this live show. What can I have next? Might jump to the old 12. I haven't tried for a while. The old, do you know this one, by the way? Oh, 11 bottles. That's already quite something. Problem is the price of the high-end ones. I have tried quite some, but not in the recent time, I have to say. So maybe have this one, the 18, okay, and then jump for other brands. Yeah. Do you have any favorites, Peter, in your Irish ones? I'll be curious to know because you're a real connoisseur. I know that. Even if I'm not often on the same time zone when you comment live, Whiskey in the Six, Malt Muser, or Telex or guys like that. Yeah, the normal used to be very interesting 15 years ago, very easy sipper and well crafted. It got boring at some point, in my opinion, but as always, batch variations. The stout is one of my really favorite. Okay, Irishman 17. I don't know this one. I like the Writer's Tears Cask Strength, but the releases I tried were quite a while ago. Irishmen haven't really been impressed by the no age statement ones or very young ones. But that one, age statement, seems to be interesting. Of course, Redbreast. Um, well, let me tell you about Redbreast. Where is it? This is a 21. The difference between those two, except, yeah, of course, this one is fully sherried and this one not. This one relies more for me on the bourbon side. So it's more something like, I know it's different, but the Bushmills original I had, but power multiplied by 10 and single pot still. Well, this one is an fully Oloroso sherry thing, and it cannot be compared to anything else I have here, I'm afraid. It's so sherry driven. It's a sherry monster. But yeah, what did I say I would try? Yeah, Jameson 12. And then I'm gonna jump a bit to some other things. So I'm sorry if you were expecting super up-to-date Irish stuff, you will be disappointed for sure. I'm not gonna jump too much into those, maybe one or two samples, but I don't have my notes and I don't want to take notes now. But we'll trying this right now. So of course color chill filtered, but so the 12, this one is from, let me show you, or show you, tell you. This one is the, whoa, 2012 release. Yeah, I know, it's quite old. That is interesting ABV, Peter. Oh yeah, so this is something that's probably on the shops, one per customer and getting quick if it's popular like that. I haven't been able to try that one. I'm not even sure it's for our market, but thanks for pointing this. Yeah, I don't see so much in port. I think it could be interesting. Uh, an Irish finished in port. I don't have the memory for that. Oh yeah, Cooley did one with the Tyrconnell range, single malt brand range series. I don't have it. I tried it. It's nice. I have the Madeira instead. Madeira being, you know that if you follow me, one of my very favorite Madeira, then port and rum. Favorite finishes for whiskey for wherever it comes. Then, of course, when it's well done, Sauterne. Red wine also, but less. It has to be really well done for me. But then I haven't tried any new regulated mezcal cask or tequila cask, so I don't know what it tastes like. My take is that it would fit very well to some Isla distilleries, but just my guess. Or maybe lowlands. There you go. This is the Irish with some single pot still. side of it. So this is sherried, but this has mostly this very special blackcurrant bud and tiny praline, almost cashew note, and also check, yeah, peanuts, simply peanuts. So this kind of arachids, like we say here, take on it the oily, the fat style, on top of the blackcurrant bud, the oranges, the peaches, the apricot. These are really, really for me. What do you mean by neat? You mean rare, Alex? I'm not sure I get what you mean there. Well, most of the time, Middleton is a distillery, so Middleton is releasing Jameson, releasing the Middleton Very Rare. Have here the Green Spot, which is a bit disappointing batch here, while I know it can be good, Yellow Spot, etc. But Middleton, they also do the Redbreast, so they more currently seem to be letting the old cask for either the Middleton Very Rare release each year almost, or for limited releases, very expensive Redbreast 27 and more. Okay, so well, this I will be curious to try. Also, the Connemara 22 years old, I haven't tried yet. Hey, hi, Jim. Yeah, this is a wink for you. Oh my God, the blue spot. I'm really very curious of this one that is not available here, unfortunately. I love the yellow spot. It's my favorite so far, but I will be very curious to try the blue one. It's not on our market. I'm trying, Jim. It's a bit difficult there due to some heavy domestic problems, so that's why I'm doing this. Also because the collection is under my feet almost. While I have a lot of stuff on either sides, and we'll have some heavy treatment there to get rid of my bed bugs. So for now, I'm doing what I can. I recorded a second video for Bowmore. I'm gonna do the third one soon. Yeah, but good to see you there. It's for you, and I used your coins recently. You're gonna see them in the Bowmore series, and I forgot to take them out for this one, which was more appropriate. But cheers, my friend. And I'm sorry I'm not very present right now on several different famous shows. I have my things to do. And also, I have to say it, I appreciate some reciprocity, just saying. And when there's none, I don't really see the point. In the 60s, not sure what you mean. Can you precise it a bit more, Peter? Thanks. So yeah, it's an easy one. It starts to be closer to the single pot still that were called at some point pure pot still. I don't know why. I hope you still see me. The connection seems to be a bit more messy. Let me see on the phone if it still works. There's curious. Yeah, I will change the thumbnail because okay. Got it. Okay, I'm gonna let this to see what's going on. I hope you still see me well. Okay, well, I have a Tullamore Dew glass. I think it would be an insult for them not to try at least one expression from Tullamore Dew. I have this one, which used to be my favorite among the affordable ones. Then I had this travel retail 1 liter Sherry Cask Finish This one is a single malt, while this one is a blended whiskey, right? Ooh, it's not clear. It's not clear. Okay. I will take it's the blended, but it doesn't say it really. This is interesting. Never noticed that before. Okay, thanks. I don't know which one of these you want me to try now. Hey, cheers, Rod. Hi, everyone in the States and everyone in the world, by the way. But when I said neat instead of cool. Oh, okay, okay. Okay, interesting. Well, I might try this 12, which is way more interesting than the knowledge statement, by the way. This is an old bottle. Again, I don't drink of this often. Wow. I hope I will be able to open it. My God, not sure. No. Okay. We'll leave that for another moment. I'm sorry. This is when you do things. I will try the single malt version then. Sorry, which is the Sherry Cask Finish limited release at 46%. Maybe you will find this more interesting. I don't know. Okay, this one accepts to be opened. I'm not gonna go for 10 whiskeys. Let me tell you, it will be too much. Have to be careful. And you're not in a show. You cannot spit out roasting coffee beans. Oh, I like the coffee note when it's not overpowering in a whiskey. I don't know about you guys. Again, if there's someone want to speak about Irish whiskey that feels like popping up, let me see. I put this again. I don't know if Big Al Whiskey Straight Al in is around, but oof, what's going on there? Okay, I have to let it a bit breathe in the glass. I had an off note that was not pleasant at all. The legs, you won't be able to see them. Sticking not too long, despite it's a 12 years old. Whoa, and this must be a lot chill filtered. This is my guess. I don't know if you can see this. Anyway, it's a Tullamore Dew in a Tullamore Dew glass for once. And I can show it to you because of the strong Jameson 18 box under it. You know it all. Okay, so there's an off note that was not before, which I'm not very reassured about it. Almost something rancid, old butter. Yeah, I do them. I should do a special episode about that. Those ones, I'm afraid I forgot to gas them. Like I said in a video which will be coming out soon, I don't gas now my peated whiskeys because I noticed some problems with it. But I pump the air with a special wine, very simple thing process. This I forgot to do for this one, and for a few ones there. The Powers 12 doesn't feel very. It will be the occasion to work on these anyway. It's also there's some cork problems also sometimes. I had a big one with the collectors. I'm not gonna try today because, like I might not have said enough, my collection is currently in danger with the treatment I'm gonna do with my bedbug problems, and I cannot move the collection, so I'm trapped in that stuff. But this had, for instance, this had a big issue. This is a collector's. This is an undisclosed Bushmills in rum casks. This had a great issue. It was a gift, a birthday gift. I took a picture of it at over the neck, and when I wanted to open it for a special occasion, there was this loss, maybe 3 centiliter evaporation. So I was very sad about that because it's 24 years old. It's quite rare stuff and very delicate one with a very low ABV. So if I open it now and air gets, well, I protected it, and toxic air gets in there, now I don't want to see that. Okay, there's always been something weird in there, to be honest. Something very, like I said before in the live, some very sweet and sour, almost rancid, almost past butter. That was putting me off. It was not sulfur, it's something else with sherry cask that can occur. This too much sour and briny thing, I really don't like that. This bottle was difficult, by the way, until it got way under the neck pour. Let's see what's going on. Now I have more cider, a bit too much fermented apples and pears. Okay, it's a good whiskey. The finish is the best part because there's those black currant bud notes, currant as well, coming on of the sherry cask. The weight made there, I don't know, real secret. Honestly, out of that time, it's Tullamore Dew on the brand, but I think it's rather another distilleries, so sourced. Okay, in fact the nose is putting off, but the palate is better, and especially the finish. But this is a really fragile style of Irish whiskey for me. But it's also a wink to the and I forgot her first name now. I apologize. A wink to the ancient Tullamore Dew brand ambassador. That was awesome. Okay. This is not the best Irish whiskey of my collection. It's decent one, but a bit problematic. This is also, I'll be very curious to know the cask policy in those distilleries compared to Scotland. Also the treatments they do, cask-wise. Toasting, charring, wetting, everything. So still have, like I said, still have some Jamesons there. Highly recommended this one. I haven't tried the IPA Caskmates, and a third one that was reviewed by Toby from Whiskey Shared. The Old 18. Yes, I said I will do that. And then I will probably switch to another distillery, which is one of my very favorite. You know, all Redbreast, so I'm not going to try it now. But I'm going to jump to... I don't know if Jim can stay or if he wishes to jump in, because he has a sample of this. So maybe he could jump in for a few minutes after I try this. As you wish, Jim. Might be not the good hour for you. Okay, Jameson 18, a classic, and oh no, I hope it won't break. because I don't have the time to do that now. I don't like the noise. Whoa, we lost some people. Okay, anyone, I hope it will be well recorded this time. Might not go too far. Oh my God, 2 people, what's going on? Okay, 2 people left, they have to be honored. Anyway, there's always the replay. Still works, okay. I'm gonna jump in now for the really milestone. There was this 18 years old a while ago. Great classic, even at 40%. It was, for me, it still is. I don't know the new version, but this one, even at 40%, it's quite powerful and has a lot of things to say, flavor-wise. Beautiful, decently aged, dignified, like Richard Patterson says, whiskey, probably more than 18 years old content at that time. My bottle, just to let you know, it's numbered, etc. But my Jameson 18 is from 2009. At that time, it was around 80 euros, but there was a discount, and I had it in for 59 euros. Can you believe that? Incredible times. Let me see if I can show you something interesting about Irish whiskey. I think it's over there. By the way, I have here a very good book, which is the Whiskies from the World. This is a French release, French version, and it's in Prisma publisher, and this was made under a collective with Charles MacLean supervising this, so it's very well. And what I like in this book is they do reviews of the whiskies, but they also show you some nice warehouse views and some facts. So the Wild Geese, it's another sourced whiskey. It's a brand. About the Tyrconnell, yes, there was a port cask. I don't know if it still exists. A Sherry cask and the Madeira. I have the Madeira. Yeah, you can see here. Let me put that down. About Middleton, there's some nice pages. I hope it will come across well. No, not much. You can see the distillery, the stills, and the racked warehouses. I hope I didn't lose everyone. This is the old way that looked. The Middleton very rare was like that 10 years ago, and one of the most famous that was already 4 digits was this Middleton 1973 that unfortunately I haven't tried, but which is legendary according to several. And then you have it. This is for Jim, which is a neighbor from this distillery, Old Bushmills distillery. Isn't that nice? So not from 1708 like they pretend, but rather from 1784. Yes. This book is interesting also because you have a lot of old bottlings and Porchin, which is the kind of the local new make sold to people, like like the White Dog in the US. It's a common practice in Ireland to sell this. Yeah, the Irishman. This is you see Napa Castle. All these are have changed their packaging now. All these brands, and there you have the biggest Probably some of the biggest stills in the world of Bushmills. You see that. So I think over 10,000 liters of capacity, if not more. Don't have the detail now. Yeah, so lots of pages about Irish whiskey in there. It's endless. It's almost 20 pages or so. So yeah, let's go back to this. Only 3 people watching. Hope it's still interesting. I'm gonna try for you the old. I don't know if you still can find this. Tell me, maybe. Yeah, all the oranges, peaches, some oak comes across, but some vanilla, some ginger spice, and those blackcurrant bud that really stands out in the Irish style, overall style, I think, especially when they're sherried. I can see no more comment, but I guess still some people are there. Cheers. Wow. This is 40%, but this is awesome. This is really a great whiskey. Typical those notes, blackcurrant bud, and nice, not solventy, but that's almost some waxed oranges, candied oranges in there, candied peaches, apricots. Let me see if I can find my notes for this one. Jameson 18. It's a quiet live for now. But okay, well, just a second, please. Lots of notes on over 4,000 notes now, but not all are published. Okay, so for me, I wrote a fruity sweetness to start with, peach, apricot, black currant, and their baked apples with caramel, some floral notes, then gets more structured with some ginger and 5 berries pepper, some oak, but also some nice lactone from the oak, so vanilla, coconut. The texture is almost velvety, yeah, and coats well the palate. It's fruity up to the finish, and ends with some finesse and a great elegance. It's a fruity festival. I wrote that. So there you have it. Cheers again. Might add a few drops. Everybody's gone except 1 people. Thank you for staying there. I hope there will be some people on the replay. So I'm not going to be very long on this, I think. This is awesome. If you find this, because the current 18 is very expensive, don't overlook it because it's 30%. It's my advice. Yep. All right. Okay, so I think I'm going to do 2 more and wrap it up. I spoke of this recently, but it's still okay. I think I'm going to have a bit of Tyrconnell 10 and then finish with a peated Irish So this has changed packaging, but it's still available. This is the 10 years old Madeira cask. I also have, where it is, quite an old bottling of the knowledge statement one. This was really great, under 20 euros a while ago. So there you have it, Tyrconnell. So single malt made by Cooley. Now, when you look at the there on the new labels, they will write Kilbeggan instead of Cooley, but it comes from Cooley Distillery, which now have almost 25 years of existence, I think. Cooley was founded by the Tilling family, which now are all under their own indie bottling company, and also running a new distillery, of which you're beginning to see some releases, but they're very young. The Tyrconnell is the unpitted brand from Cooley, while the Connemara is the pitted one. Lots of Tilling that are aged more teenage, 10 years old and more, are from the Tyrconnell stock. You have to know that, as well as other brands. So mainly the new brands in Ireland, they source from Cooley, Middleton, or Bushmills, most of them. But we'll see. New distilleries are now blossoming everywhere in Ireland and Northern Ireland as well. So there's a few proposals, but a lot do not make it to France. Most representative of the new distilleries here in France are Dingle and Waterford. Prices is not necessarily very cheap, but Waterford is more expensive than Dingle, for instance. Both are quite young, what I understand. Then after, try before you buy, if you can. On the nose, the Tyrconnell. The Madeira comes across very nicely. Not overpowering, but it says I'm there, definitely. So lots of tinned fruit, like in some old Pulteney's. Peaches in syrup on a tin can, stuff like that. You have also some lemon, some general of varied citrus fruit, a hint of quince, which is a note I like and I've noticed in many Madeira finishes. There's also some buttery side, which also comes from the Madeira finish. And some leafy side, of course, also tea leaves, tobacco leaves, some sweet spices, hint of ginger. This is awesome. Cheers. Same notes on the palate. It's 46, yes. So you have more spices on the palate. An interesting combo there. With you can still, while I tried the not finished version, bourbon cask driven, you can still feel the distillery house style, which is floral, fruity, and also with the bourbon casks you have quite some vanilla and some sweet spices, soft ginger. It's a bit more punchy there, but still well balanced. Gonna put a few drops. Okay, I hope there's still one person. Thank you very much. Still in there. Two people. Cheers. Beautifully getting a bit sweeter, more harmonized, but basically you get the same combo going on. Really sure asset, a great value whiskey. I don't know about the most recent batches under the new packaging. Some say there's a nice 16 years old Muscatel finish. I haven't tried it. You have to know, lots of these things don't come easily to France. I don't know why. Shall we finish? Yeah, probably soon. I will finish with this, which is one of my favorite, with, I know, many newcomers to the old Irish offer, if I may say, don't like this reference, but it's their right, and it's my right to like it. This is the Connemara Cask Strength discontinued. That's for me way more interesting than the 40% current release and even the distiller's edition. Comes with a very nice canister that pays tribute to the pit cutters of Ireland. Now, a lot of pit bogs are forbidden by law, so they cannot get peat from there, but at that time they could. This is a bourbon-driven whiskey. This is a super grassy profile. No chill filtration, no coloring, 57.9. This is something for me. This is a not freshly opened, but last year. While the bottle, I have to say, dates from 2010 or 11, I have it out. Let's say it's a 7 years old undisclosed age statement. Oh, am I freezed? No. Okay. The cork is quite fragile. I changed it once for another bottle and got this cork back. It's the official one. Well, it's my last. I have an older one, but they told me the profile was quite different. But it's my last under this version, Cask Strength Connemara. This is something I would like to see back, even if some people don't like it. I hear on some reviewers they have a different profile than the one I have. So something more petrol-y or weird off notes, unwanted notes that I don't have here at all. This is quite grassy. It has, yes, some funk, not Campbelltown funk, but Ireland Republic funk, let's say. It's very well integrated, very strong peat smoke, but it's more peat than smoke. And it's fully integrated in some grassy green element, which is distinguishing it from Islay whiskies, peated whiskies, just to let you know. If you have any questions. This I like this. I'm sorry. Cheers. Nice. There's a slight rubbery thing in there. Style-wise, if you were searching for Scottish equivalents, I would say something between an Ardmore, an indie Ardmore, and an official Ben Romach Cask Strength. So Slightly ashy, slightly rubbery, and not too much. Nice citrus fruit, mainly grapefruit. Not much vanilla in this one. I tried several. I had several versions of this. Gonna try another time neat and then add some water. Now there's some licorice, some almonds as well, crushed almonds. Let's add some water. You can drink it neat, but water brings a few more notes. Anyway, this was my contribution to the Irish month. So it's not St. Patrick yet, but while I was able to do this, I thought it would be interesting to do it now, while I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do it later on. There's something that's characteristic from this distillery also. On this version is a bit of chlorophyll, like in some old Arbegs. Not so much though. There's some green grass, freshly cut, is also characteristic of this expression. So it's a dry peat. It's not grassy peat. It's not Bowmore. It's not Lagavulin or some Cooley. Depends which ones. Or Kilholman. It's a more dry peat. It's not Lefroy. Could be close to some. I think of the 16 Ardbeg, the Rignambist. Yeah, there's some hint of this, but this is younger. This is around 7 years old. Let's put a few drops more, and I think we will wrap it up there. Oh, it's 1 hour 7, almost 20 minutes. It's one of the shortest live show I've did. Also a good way to do some quick reviews of 7 whiskeys in there. Not too bad, and it's enough for my this day alcohol consumption. I won't have any tomorrow. Ooh, this is nice. There's some complexity there that's hard to describe, as the profile is very special. Yeah, but very pleasant. Very pleasant. Okay. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for very brave people watching right to the end. Thank you very much. And I really hope you have a nice day and a nice Irish St. Patrick prior to it, way before it, evocation and homage. And also a big hi to my big pals over Ireland and Northern Ireland. Hope you're well. Love you guys. And take care, everyone. See you soon.